So, tax season officially starting today. So, I just want to go over a few things that you need to file your tax return properly, and you won't have any type of delays. If you got your paperwork in and you put everything up on the system, whether you're filing them yourself or you're having someone else do the tax preparation for you, whether it's us at No Limit or whether you're at H&R Block. You want to have everything that you need. Let's start out with our No Limit Minute this morning, guys. Go ahead, hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Our No Limit Minute. This year, know that you're embarking on a journey of self discovery, growth, greatness, and success. Okay? This year, know as you embark on the success of your dreams and your goals, you can't tell everyone about every step you take. Okay? We get so wrapped up in the social media and gossip that we don't realize that we are putting ourselves out there for others to sabotage our success. Okay? This year we have to guard and protect our dreams and goals, okay? Because not everybody's happy for us, and not everybody is ready for us to succeed. Some people try to kill your dreams and your goals because they're not prepared for you to be successful. They'll try to kill your dreams and goals with negative talk, okay, with doubts, with things like that may discourage you. Well, you have to speak a life into your dreams and goals, okay? You got to meditate, you got to pray, you got to go to your own secret place in your mind, in your space, and push those dreams forward. You got to give yourself the will to do the work to succeed, and you'll get there. Okay? That's our No Limit Minute, guys. So I compiled a little list just to be sure. My clients, I give them the list so you know what you need to bring to your appointment. Okay? So you don't go, even if you're sitting in front of your computer and oh, darn it, I forgot this or I forgot that. You got to stop and start, stop and start. Okay? First thing, the taxpayer yourself. Make sure you have a valid government issued ID. Okay? Valid. It cannot be expired. It needs to be a valid government issued ID or passport. It needs to be valid. I get this all the time. Oh, I didn't change from this person to this person. No, I don't make the rules. The IRS wants a valid government issued identification for yourself. Okay? You need your social security card. Now, we can say, what's the difference? I know the number. Don't give yourself any reason to have a setback. Have your social security card, okay? A copy of your last year's tax return. This will save the tax preparer and yourself lots of flack, lots of grief. It'll save you the grief because you can cross reference it with what is being said. For me, I cross reference their tax return to make sure how their name was turned in because a simple thing like me putting in a middle initial can delay a person's tax return if they did not do that in the previous years. Okay, then you may have to go through a verification process, a ID verification, which could set your tax refund back weeks, months, and I will tell you years because I've seen it. So make sure that if you're able to cross reference that last year's tax return, please bring it to your appointment or have it available to you when you file your taxes. Okay. Now, if you're claiming a dependent, please be sure you have that dependent social security card. If you have their birth certificate, great. You need that also because you want to be sure you have everything correct. Their name spelling correct. People spell names differently. My name's Danielle and I've seen it spelled 4 different ways and I spell it different than those 4 different ways. Okay. So make sure you have the spelling of your dependent's name correctly, because also some dependents are not our children. It could be our sister's child or our daughter or son's child, or we're a grandparent taking care of a child. So make sure you have their name, date of birth, and their social security card. Okay. This will save you a lot of grief if you have those things in front of you. Okay. Now, uh, about your income. If you're clocking in to that 9 to 5, a W 2 is what you're going to get 9 times out of 10. So make sure you have your W 2. Now, there were some instances where we could use the last pay stub, but we ran into some problems with the taxes that had been taken out were not correct on some, and you don't want to have any of that hassle. So have your W 2, okay, guys? Also, if you're a freelancer or a contract worker, or you have a side hustle or self-employed, you need to have your 1099, your 1099 miscellaneous, or I believe now it's the 1099 NEC, but you need to have that. How were you being paid? If you were being paid through Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, all those things, you need those records, because the tax preparer can't guess. Oh, I sold hair, or I did this or that, and I used to sell for $500. These are your words. We have to send proof to the IRS. Okay. So make sure you have those things. Now, if you were unemployed at any time throughout the year and you received unemployment, you'll need that unemployment statement, the 1099-G record of the unemployment that you received. And yeah, people get down. Why do I have to claim my unemployment? Because it's income. Okay. And that's that. Also, if you make any money off of rental properties, you'll need the payments that you received for rent or any other things that you received payment for. You'll also need information on the property, as in if you paid out. Just say you got a solar system on that property or a new AC system or things like that. You'll need that information. So, also, if you've had any other type of income, if you earn money from interest or dividends or alimony, or any type of investments, you'll need those 1099 forms also. And if they didn't send you one, you can reach out to any of those companies and get that record. So make sure you have it for your tax return. Okay. Also, if you're going to school, or if you have a dependent going to school and you helped pay into that tuition, you need to have your 1098-T. Okay, the IRS is going to ask for that. You want to show that you paid into that so you can get credit from that. Okay, it's very important, and it can help your tax deficit a lot. Okay, if you've had health savings account, and that's a big thing these days. A lot of people are putting into health savings account because healthcare costs so much. Okay. If you put into that, you will get a statement from that also. If you haven't, you can reach out to get a statement of that. If you own a home, real estate and personal property tax records are very important. Okay. So you'll need to have your mortgage report of your interest if you paid down any points. If you paid at least $6,000 of interest, you can get that also help you win tax breaks. Okay, if you've improved the property, like I said, in rental properties, if you've improved it by getting solar or special windows or things like that, bring that to your tax preparation appointment, because some of those things are tax deductible and you need to get that. Okay. Um, Also, when we were mentioning the dependents, if you pay for any type of child care, you definitely want the record of that. If you go to a child care facility, they have a statement that they need to give you stating what you paid in. And people not only say, "Oh, I paid this amount a week for child care." Well, think of all the extras that you pay in child care each year. I think of that because of my grandchildren. You have to pay extra for certain if they go on a field trip or if they're having an event and they need the parents to bring a certain amount of money or supplies. Those things are tax deductible and you need to have them for your tax return, okay? If you're even if you go to a person who is your child care provider, just like a facility, you need to have their name, their address, their phone number, what they were paid. If it's a facility, you'll need their uh tax number, their tax ID number. If it's a person, you will need their social security number. Okay, because you have to put this in your tax return. Just say it's a person and they're like, oh, well, they're not going to give me their social security number. Well, you can't claim it then because the IRS wants to validate this person. And you know, if you don't want to give their information, then you don't want the tax break. But if you can, make sure you get all their information and what you paid into the child care for that year. One other thing, if you've donated to charity, you need to get that record. If you took a house full of furniture or a living room set or a washer or dryer or anything over to Goodwill or you donated it to a specific charity, you need to get a record of that. I know for places like the Salvation Army or Goodwill, they'll give you actually a receipt. If you didn't get one at the time because you weren't thinking about it being a tax deduction, you can go to them and ask for a receipt that it happened. Um, if you donated to an organization, you can also get a receipt of that also. And you know, someone said, "Oh, how am I going to get this? They're not going to give me this." Why would you not be able to get it? It's a tax deduction for you. Why wouldn't you seek it out? And they're not going to feel like it's such a hassle. They know how this works. People ask for these things every year. Okay, it's they're getting things donated to them, so I'm sure they'll feel free to give you a receipt of it. Now, some places I know, I've gone to a place and they said I would have to come back the next day after the request, and that was fine, but it was still able to give me the proof that I needed and help me with tax deficit. Okay. So, guys, those are some of the many things that you will need to file your tax return. Make sure you have those things so you have your ducks in a row when you sit down and do your taxes, or you contact me or another company to get your taxes done. Okay, you don't want to get there and you pull out your W-2 and your ID and you think that well, that's it. But then I have childcare and I have this and I have that and I don't have any proof of it. Okay. So make sure you have everything you need, guys. Okay. If not, get it. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. This is Danielle, the Tax Craft Lady, and I will see you guys another day this week through all the tax returns that I'm doing. I'm going to space out some time to come back in and give you any tax updates and things like that, okay? Don't forget to hit that like button, you comment, share, subscribe, and do all that good stuff so you don't miss none of the good stuff Danielle, the Tax Craft Lady's bringing to the table. Thanks for watching.